Okay, so here's where we're at. I don't like doing channel update videos that often because I always feel like they're not super useful videos to make. But sometimes when you're stuck and you don't know what to make, the best thing you can do is talk about the problem you have, because maybe you'll find a solution to that problem. Maybe. Now, will I scrap this video? Maybe. Usually I do. Not always. Sometimes I post them. But I want to talk about where I'm at in terms of the process of creating this channel right now. And it's a bit challenging to even articulate what's happening, what's going on, how things are working and not working at the moment. So most of the videos I've made on the channel have had a rule applied to them. The first rule is always use different gaming footage. So from whatever video it is, I always had to choose a different video game in the footage. I couldn't use that footage twice. Or the same game twice. And the second rule I was more or less trying to stick to was don't make meta content, which is videos talking about the channel as you make the channel, because they're usually circular and they don't often provide people with value when they watch the video, though sometimes they do. It often just ends up me rambling on about something. So those were the two rules I have more or less tried to adhere and stick to. The first one being the one I had been most adhered to the most, which is don't make videos about the same video game. And I started breaking that rule lately with this video game I came across called Apex Rush. And this video game just really captured my attention, partially because I used to love playing with Hot Wheels when I was a kid. My next door neighbor had Hot Wheels tracks, and I never owned Hot Wheels tracks myself. I owned a couple cars, but it wasn't a toy I had. I never had the tracks, but I always wanted them. I always thought it was such a cool toy, but I mostly got to play with Legos instead, which was also a really fantastic toy. I just didn't get Hot Wheels toys. And so later on, I always ended up really enjoying cars, and I love cars. I think they're really cool. And I for some reason I just got this pull to this game. I always enjoyed Trackmania to a degree, but I never really loved Trackmania, partially because it just felt too simplified in a way, like oversimplified. It's a great game. It's a phenomenal game. I'm not trying to throw shade at it. I think there's a great market for people who enjoy Trackmania, and the new game actually looks phenomenal. I would actually probably really enjoy playing it. I just don't like subscription services, so I don't want to play it for that reason alone. But then I came across Apex Rush, and Apex Rush is like this $20 game, and you buy it once and you own it, which is what I like. That's how I like to buy video games and play them. Anyway, I digress. So I came across it, and I started making videos about it, and I kind of started breaking my rule, and I started with making. I did a video where I was just talking about, I like the format I usually do on my channel, where I'm just talking about a thing, and Apex Rush was the background footage, and that cascaded into making a review about it, and then uploading the track building process that I was going through, because I was really enjoying that. And then a like time lapse of what that would look like when you go from beginning to end, doing a review on the editor, and now wondering why no one else is making more content about this game at the moment. And in that process, I've noticed the channel has kind of like stopped growing so much. There was moments where the channel was really growing from some videos I was doing on sometimes philosophy, talking about life or nostalgia or whatever. Even meta content videos, surprisingly, some people really like these videos when I make them. I think partially because it's just me. I'm just being real and talking about what's going on and what kind of challenge I'm kind of facing. I often get a lot of like input and feedback on what I should do next when I make videos like this. and you should change this and you should change that. And sometimes feedback is useful, and I do read everyone's comments, and I do try to respond to most comments. But yeah, not all feedback is something I end up taking to heart or plan on changing. And the reason why that is because the intention of what this channel is, and I think that is evolving and also difficult to remind yourself of why it is you're doing this. And the funny thing is, you can have multiple intentions for a project and also multiple drivers that keep you going. It doesn't always boil down to one thing. And one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel was to make things I liked making, like whatever that was. And one of my hobbies being gaming. But I didn't want to make a specific gaming YouTube channel that fell into a niche especially where I got pigeonholed. Like Apex Rush, for example. If the channel turned into only Apex Rush videos, I feel like at some point I will get bored with this game. Or more or less get bored of making videos about this game. Maybe I won't. I could be wrong, but I don't love the idea of just falling into one specific category and only doing that thing. I like the freedom of being able to go to another video game and start making videos about it because I just like it, and not doing it for the views or the subscribers. But while that intention's there, it's really hard to be okay with doing that, making videos that are going to fail, because you still see the numbers and you see how your videos are not performing like the other ones did, and it's discouraging because even though that like you're now catering to a smaller audience, you also know that your current audience might not be interested in these videos you're making, which also could cause you to lose subscribers or, just basically make your channel go stagnant. It's difficult to want to continue making videos about things you like making videos on. And in this case, it is Apex Rush. I've been making a lot of them, and I still want to make more videos on Apex Rush. I said I wasn't going to, but then I kept doing it because I just thought, man, this is kind of fun. I'm having fun. And in by traditional YouTube advice, like the traditional YouTube advice is to find a niche, stick to it, make interesting hooks, make interesting titles, make interesting thumbnails, make interesting content, and then keep repeating that, and then find the content that's performing really well and make more of that content. And it's really difficult to make things that aren't going to do well or have a high chance of not doing well, and then watching them underperform. Like it's like it's not going to do good. You put it out there, it doesn't do good. And you're like, well, yeah, I kind of knew that was going to happen. But, you see that trend, and it is a little bit discouraging and sad because you do want to see your channel grow. Like I do also have that intention, is to make this project grow and find people who like watching what it is I'm doing or like participating in this project through like the comment section or, I don't know, maybe at some point having a Discord server. I don't know if I'll do that right away. I feel like it's actually a big burden to have a Discord server because there's a lot of challenges in moderation. I've had one before, and the server got raided, and it was really stressful. And it's not a problem I really want to deal with right now. But I may visit. Excuse me. I may revisit it in the future. But yeah, I think just there's all this YouTube advice about do this, do that, do this, do that. And it feels like all of it just pushes you into this mold and frame that takes the soul out of a project, like takes the personality out of the channel. But I see its utility, like if you, for example, like if you wanted to go watch a sports game, you go to Sportsnet, watch a hockey game, or NFL or whatever, like that's where you would go to go watch that specific sport. Like you go to this niche area, like this media company that is producing content in a niche area. It'd be strange if Sportsnet suddenly started making videos about Crash Bandicoot. It'd be just like, what the F, what's going on here? It would be so out there. And even like them doing esports, I don't know if they cover esports anymore. I think they did for a little bit or something like that. Maybe that was a different streaming media company, but it would just feel a little bit out of place, And so I think that's also the challenge here, is because I understand the niche idea. I understand that you should have a niche, but the niche of this channel so far has just been, this is me. This is the stuff I like to talk about, the stuff that interests me, whether sometimes it's philosophy or nostalgia or a specific video game. And so I hope that the people who do sub are the ones that are interested in following along with the stuff I like. I don't know if that's everybody. I don't know that. And I think that circulates in my head. And I'm like, I don't know if this video, I should make it. Maybe I should just throw it away. And then there's the challenge of like trying to make content that's good in general. Like, I've recorded a lot of sessions of building a track, and they're like 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours long. And I think to myself, I'm like, who would watch this? Like from the beginning to the end, like who would really actually want to watch this? Like, is this just kind of a waste of time? Should I be spending my time making videos that are on a specific topic instead? And then I'll kind of scrap the idea of building a track. And it's something I really enjoy making. But, at the same time, like when I look at the video, I'm like, this video sucks. I'm like, I can't put this out. Like, there's just no one's going to watch this. So yeah, I've been grappling with that challenge, grappling with what kind of content should I make next. Sometimes it falls into the challenge of ideation. Like, what should I even talk about? What I really want to be able to do is I want to be able to put out like 10 long form videos in a day, which sounds like a colossal amount of work, and it is. But like, I don't want to put out 10 crappy videos. Like, I want to put out 10 videos that actually have each video having its own substance and value in some way. I want to do that sheer velocity of volume, because I really feel like the more volume I can do, the better I get at this whole YouTube game. Because each video teaches you something. Each video can provide you with a new lesson. And I love the idea of like refining your craft through like relentless hard work. Like even in this process of creating Apex Rush tracks, I've created like 3 or 4 tracks now. I've gotten better at creating tracks since I started. Like, I've gotten better at like following the intention I want to have in a track through the more that I've done it, the more time I've sunk into it. Excuse me. I wouldn't have gotten that skill set had I not spent that time doing it. So I feel like the more I do YouTube and the more videos I put out, the better I get at YouTube. But there is this refinement challenge of, when do I decide to put out a video that works? And when do I decide to put out a video that might not work? Or should I just scrap it? Like, what videos should be published? What videos should be scrapped? And should any videos be scrapped? Should they all just be published, even if they do flop? Because it serves as a reminder of, don't do that again. And sometimes it serves as a very painful reminder of don't do that again, because your channel starts to stagnate and maybe you'll do lose subscribers. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to do a YouTube channel that is very unconventional by traditional YouTube advice. And so far, it's actually worked out quite well. Way better than I thought it would. I've learned that this channel has a lot greater legs than I initially anticipated it would. And I think really the only thing that I need to do is just keep going. And, you know, you could criticize this, why work hard when you're not actually optimizing your content? Like, it's just stupid. But, you know, the funny thing is like, you could think of it this way. Like, if you want to reach your goal, if you have a goal you want to reach, you could work 10 times as hard as somebody else with the same goal. And what they accomplish in a year, you could accomplish within a month. So if you really want to, excuse me, condense down your learning and condense your skill set, like, and build a bigger skill set in a faster period of time, which everyone wants to have everything now. I feel so anxious as I talk about this. Good God. If you want to have something now, you want to have something really fast, you have to be willing to sacrifice a lot of time, effort, and energy to get that thing at speed, because you need to work really hard, really fast, and really dedicated in that time frame to condense that skill set, to learn what you need to learn in order to make that goal a reality. And that's why I try to churn out so much content. One of the big reasons is because I really just want to develop, the skill set of building the channel I want to build when I don't exactly know what that is. It's a little bit clearer now. I mean, this is probably the 174th video or something like that. We're nearing 200. I've learned a lot of things, but I haven't essentially been able to articulate all of them either. Like, I haven't been able to put them all into words, the exact lessons I've learned. Because a lot of it has been less about reflecting and more about just pushing through. And I think that's just something I need to continue to abide by, is just keep pushing through. And hopefully it becomes more clear what the next video should be, what the next idea should be. And hopefully that works. And if it doesn't, most likely it'll end up teaching me something, hopefully a valuable lesson. And I can use that to make a better channel, better videos, whatever that is. So if you've been sticking along for the ride, if you listen to this really, really long-winded rant, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you've been hanging around. Even though I don't know what the hell it is I'm doing, I feel like I know a little bit more of what I'm doing thus far. I'm still very curious to see what this channel looks like at video 1000 versus video 100, 200, 300, 400. I think that's itself is actually a pretty interesting project. So thank you. I'll catch you in the next one.